Grim Reaper's underground. We hope you survive.
Yeah, the devil's work is never done because he's right fucking here. That's right. Demons and addicts all over this unfucking believable country. Whatever we want to call it. Every graveyard, every fucking mausoleum, you name it. We are kicking off your weekend extra early this time around. Almost caught the big bad devil daddy himself off guard. As we've been in the midst of, as you probably well know, the Contract official movie and the campaign. And I am so excited to bring an artist from a different medium. It's something we've never done on the show before. And believe it or not, this young man actually helped kick off my fucking career long before I became an actor and everything that we're doing now. Fuck yeah, Lizzie, we will take an early weekend. Yes, I'm all about that. But I have Mike Kessel from Kessel Kreations. He is a photographer extraordinaire of every type you could possibly imagine. This guy has done it. He has been there. And when I say there are a few people that have an eye that can literally capture moments in their raw, unadulterated existence, he can do it. And we're going to be talking with him about his very awesome career and everything that he's working on right now. But before we get into all this madness, we are going to take a quick commercial break to our brothers over at, yeah, let's do that one. Villain Arts Tattoos. Check that shit out. I tell you all's asses every single week. Villain Arts Tattoos, the largest tattoo convention in the world, in this country. And when they come to your city, your state, your town, you need to fucking get over there and get a high quality tattoo from some of the best tattoo artists in the country, in the world, including, you guessed it, Ink Master. And of course, I will be making an illustrious return to Villain Arts Tattoo Con in a couple of months for spooky season. So come on down, party with the devil. All right. How are you doing tonight, brother?
Fucking fantastic. How are you?
Oh, man, not too bad. Trying to beat the heat.
Good luck with that.
I should be used to it by now. I mean, I am from hell. So,
Come on, get with it, brother.
I know. What the fuck? One of the things I have always said when it comes to creative talent, there's not a single concert, any kind of event of any type, even conventions, as well as weddings and just overall photos that when you see it, you're like, wow, that is captured so perfectly. I think none of these things can exist without a photographer. Would you agree with that?
They can exist, but it's kind of hard to look back at them, or there's a number of reasons why, like you said, we worked together a long time ago, and it's promotion, it's memories, it's part of the whole thing. It shows everyone like a way to go back and relive it who wasn't there. Number of reasons, but yeah, it's definitely a crucial part these days.
I was gonna say essential, especially since most people's memories just kind of dissolve quickly.
Maybe that's why I do this.
And I mean, you seem to capture them, like I said, so raw and unfiltered. Did this kind of come with time? Did you do any like schooling prior?
No, not really. So I actually worked in the music industry for about 10 years. And my first job in the music industry was with a production company. So we did audio and video for a number of things, corporate events and whatnot, but we did festivals. We did Sturgis every year. So that was kind of my first experience behind the camera. So it was very fast-paced, live, real, like there was no editing. It was just what you're doing is what you get.
Yeah, just kind of like play by play.
Yeah, it's live. There's no going back, no do-overs. So definitely made me quick behind the gun,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you got to catch the action as it happens. Almost like sporting events. I'm sure those are insane to try to capture as well. But let's go ahead and take it back, man. What got you interested in this profession?
Like I said, music industry was my main love. I played in bands, I toured, I managed a venue, and around the pandemic time, that all came to a screeching halt. I had shot a couple of music videos for some friends, and I was like, okay, I don't have a job all of a sudden, so I guess I'm gonna give this a shot. I had a couple people reach out for some videos, and after I did 2 or 3, I'm like, let's see if there's something here.
Yeah. Because that is a service that kind of goes along with photography, especially at weddings, as I understand it.
Yeah.
If you can do both, you can make some pretty damn decent money.
Yeah, there's music industry is very hit or miss because local artists, obviously, we're all starving artists. We're all like just trying to get by usually when we're starting out. So like there's low budgets there, and it kind of pushed me into trying different things, and kind of believer that variety is the spice of life. So I wanted to see what else I could do with it, and just started dabbling. And my ADD brain loves that I could pivot. I get bored of something, let's try something new, and just keep rolling with it. So I've done all sorts of shit over the years.
Oh man, you ain't kidding. A couple of shots that I thought were pretty cool. You seem to do a lot of creative things with not just couples, but just anybody that says, hey, I'd like to do a photo shoot kind of thing. And you find kind of unique ways in order to bring that. This photo here is actually really badass. Now, was this their idea or was that your idea?
Yeah, this was an elopement. So they actually got married out at the Utah Salt Flats.
Gotcha. I thought I recognized the place.
Yep. Hard to miss. There's a lot of salt. It's definitely salty.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it's just kind of led me to there eventually. I never planned on that. I never planned on photography actually. It just kind of serendipitously happened, and it's been cool. It's led me to a number of all sorts of people and experiences and places I never would have seen or been a part of without. And it's endless side quests. You never know what's next.
Hell yeah. Lizzie says, aw, that's cute. I love it. Hell yeah. Hey, what's up, Kyler? Good to see you, brother. Everybody out there in the comment section, you guys are fucking amazing as always. But you also do kind of like stuff like this too, which I really dug this idea.
Yeah,
that
was actually a play off of My Chemical Romance video. A Halloween session. I used to do a lot of like themed stuff with models, and around Halloween time. And I love the creative aspect because there's so much freedom in that space with just creative portraits. Like you think of an idea, it's limitless. You can put your own twist on it, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, kind of like this one. Whoa, wait a minute. Who the
Hey,
fuck
I recognize that guy.
This is Reaper back in 2022. Damn, it's been quite a while.
Wow.
I think I might have actually been thinner then as well. No, it was just good angles, man. Good angles.
I got you.
But yeah, when it came to getting into horror photography, you were the first one to come highly recommended. And that was a hell of a experience for sure, especially when I got the nail through my boot.
It was a lot of fun, man. So when we were working together, we'd do a shoot every 2 months and do 2 different themes. So you guys could have something each month kind of to go with the seasons and social media, calendar, all that. And it was awesome. I always tell people about it. It was funny because we'd be walking around in like the middle of March and you guys are covered in clown makeup and blood and all this stuff. And then we're just like walking around in a mall or like some public space and everyone's looking at us like,
he's like, what kind of satanic shoots am I doing here? This one was actually the photo that got me my first gig as an actor. There was just something about that particular moment that a lot of directors were like, yep, that's the look. Because when you're being scary, you have to have that look. And I don't know, that particular photo, I owe a lot to you for that because they started noticing me a lot more.
awesome.
I know, 50 fucking titles later, here I am.
It's been a couple lifetimes.
You
the
know,
last couple of years seems like.
Yeah, like just I don't know, when 2023 kicked in, that just jump started everything. And honestly, that's why I haven't even had a chance to do another shoot with you yet. I'm just constantly out of state, pretty much traveling all over the place between conventions and films. It's fucking crazy.
That's a good problem to have, man.
Yeah, it's wild for sure. Here's another, but before we get on to a couple of other things, but I thought this shot was epic. So when, and you like you said, it's really fast paced. How do you get a shot like that? Do you think it's like, okay, I'm going to go for it, hopefully I get it kind of thing? Or do you like set up properly for it, that kind of thing?
It's kind of a mix. With concert photography, especially, like the lighting's changing constantly, and so you got to be able to like move your settings on the fly without even thinking about it with muscle memory. But I think really it helped a lot that I played music, so I know how to move with the music. I know how to feel the music. I know when certain moments are coming, so I can set up where the angle looks good, and then I know there's going to be an emotion come out or a movement come, and I sit and I'll like usually wait for that moment. When I first started, it's a lot more like a pray and spray and just shoot 1,000 shots and hope one of them turns out. But like really, if you know music and know how things flow, you can kind of wait for that moment, and you know like the singer's going to do something right here, or the guitarist is going to throw his guitar, like there's going to be like a moment come, and you can kind of sense that. You can feel that in the music.
Oh, definitely. I do feel that would probably be a little bit easier to capture. Unlike moments like this, holy shit.
Quite the difference, huh?
There are so many just out of this world shots that you're getting. And for those of you out there in the Black Flame universe, these are not photoshopped images. This is the real deal. They go to real locations. Now, do you pick them, or do a lot of the couples kind of tell you where they want to go?
So I have a process where I talk to the couple and kind of figure out, or, for a portrait session, any kind of shoot. Really. I talk to them about what they're looking for, what type of experience they want. And then sometimes there's a questionnaire involved. But then I'll kind of expand on that. I'll dive in and I'll do some location scouting based on their wants and their needs and what fits that. And I'll kind of bring some ideas to them about, hey, I think this would be really cool, or I think this would be a great thing. So a lot of times I'm finding the locations, but it's based off of what their general idea is. They might just not know how to capture it or what's best for it.
Gotcha. Which is awesome. I don't know a whole lot of photographers that go that, that extra mile to get them what they want.
I think the music videos helped me with that because like an artist always would come to me with like an idea. They're like, we kind of have this story that we want to do, or this is what the song's about. And we'd come up with a story together. And then they're like, okay, hand it over to you. And I'm like, okay, I got to figure out, especially back then, super DIY, low budget, trying to figure out how to make this super cool looking thing out of nothing, So like very early on, I started doing that. And like, I never opened a studio, like any of those things, because I feel like I don't want everyone's stuff to look the same, everyone's unique. Everyone likes different shit. So like, let's make it unique to you. And if we're using different sets, different locations, like that's just going to amplify that.
Hell yeah. And lighting is such an important thing. And that's one thing, I've learned over time through different sets, working with you as well, that, directing my film, The Contract, getting the right lighting, shooting at night, how to keep it still looking like night, or how to bend things if you're shooting at, let's say, 6 p.m., but it needs to be 3 a.m. Like that's such an amazing thing. How have you mastered that craft?
Photography actually means writing with light. I believe in like Greek or Latin or something like that. That's what it translates to.
I totally believe that.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So how have you kind of like I said, like mastered that?
Trial and error, man. Like I never took any formal training on it. It was just let's try and fail and try again until it looks cool, and there was a lot of trial and error in the process, and just get better and better over time and experiment. And once you figure something out, like you figure out the answer, I like to take it and then break it and do what's wrong and then figure out how to make that work. And like I don't really like to play inside the lines, So
no, and I think that's how you keep getting these insane shots of things, whether it's obviously a wedding or concert photography, any of that stuff. Kyler here says he took 2 years of photography. He says he really appreciates your work.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Let's see. Aaron said, "What's up, brother?" Says, "That's awesome. Those shots are fire." Oh, you haven't seen shit yet, because I got some, you know what I mean? Some really cool ones, because you and nature just seem kind of like joined together. And I don't know. I was like I said, I was looking at some of the photos on by the way, Kessel Kreations on Facebook, which is where y'all need to fucking go. I'll be putting that on as a banner here in just a moment. This thing, well, actually there's multiple shots, but this one right here, wow.
Yeah, that's in Guatemala, actually. I did a 2-day hike up an active volcano and camped at the top overnight.
Oh, shit. That takes balls.
Yeah, it was super cool, man. About every 20, 30 minutes it erupts, and there's hundreds of feet in there. There's lava spraying in, and then it's nuts. You climb up on the top, and I think the eeriest part to me is you climb up on the ridge of the volcano and you hear it sloshing on the inside like water. It was one of the weirdest experiences of my life.
Yeah, but somehow I could see that also being spiritual in a way.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Nature is a place of refuge, like that's where we reconnect. I feel like we're not meant to be inside these boxes with this artificial light, and like we're meant to be.
This is true. Hell, I miss like colonial times. Shit, I think that would be much more preferable than the smog and everything else that we get from the big cities and shit like that. Even here in Nebraska, man, I'm down in the country. I think I'm about 25, 30 minutes from where you're at. But I work up there and I can always tell a shift in the air. So when I'm down here, it's like, no big problem. No big deal. As soon as I get closer to work, man, it just hits me. And it's like the air quality changes.
Yeah. Some of that contrast is what makes both enjoyable, makes both beautiful, though. Like one of my favorite things to shoot when I started, or favorite locations, would be to take someone and put them in some like rundown, abandoned place where like nature is like regrowing over something man-made.
Oh yeah.
It's so cool about that to me, where it's just like, dude, like man can do whatever they want, but nature's going to win at the end of the day.
Oh, always. Mother Nature is way too strong. Good example of that is this old rundown church. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was also on that same trip.
Oh yeah, I grabbed quite a few from there. Now the picture, the rock star out of that trip to me is this guy right here. Now, how is that just straight natural, or did you do any like lens work to because it seems like there's different lights within it, even though it's at night and you're catching that lava shooting up?
That one's actually just a phone photo, man. Sometimes when
No way.
Sometimes when I'm out on these trips, like I love photography, but there's something about being in the moment and like pulling the camera out. I go into like this tunnel vision where I'm just like inside the camera. I'm in go mode, and like sometimes I'm like, nope, this one's for me. Like I'm not pulling the camera out for it. Like I'm gonna experience it. This one's for me.
Yeah, I mean, if that's just a camera phone, I that's incredible. I mean, I've got the latest iPhone and all that shit, or whatever the latest Galaxy is. Everybody always raves about the fucking camera on that. Suddenly, everyone thinks they're a photographer at that point. But no, that does not look like a phone took that at all. So the fact that you captured that in that way, oh man, wild. So we got a few more comments here before I go on to here we go. Lizzie says, I would hang that church pic as a print in my house. That's amazing. Is that for sale, sir?
I can make prints on pretty much anything. There's certain projects. I've done some commercial work and stuff in the past, so that's kind of proprietary, but pretty much anything that's like my nature stuff, concert photography, I can make prints and sell those. So
I actually thought this one was a really good shot too. Capturing that moment when dude hits a note that he just feels like a motherfucker. And you captured it. You can feel it. You can see it on his face. And, oh, man, that's just sick. And then another awesome photo that is this one here. Now, is this in Guatemala as well?
Yeah. Looks like you went through like my most recent work for sure. But yeah, that was in Antigua, Guatemala. Those are some ruins within the city.
I was going to say, I wonder what this was, like what the purpose of it was.
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I did read on it when I was there and all that, but it slips my mind.
Nothing wrong with that. Well, let's shift gears a little bit. What are some of the more crazier stuff that you've done? Have you done like any rave work? I know that, we always hear about Burning Man and, hippie fests and stuff like that. Have you ever done anything like that?
Oh yeah. I've shot for, oh dude, I'm a what do they call it? Jack of all trades, like whatever. I don't discriminate. I love metal shows. I love raving. It's all good. People always ask like, what type of music do you like? What's your favorite artist? I'm like, don't ask me a favorite. Like if it's good, it's good. I don't care if it's death metal. I don't care if it's jazz. I don't care if it's Latin music and cumbia. Like if it's good, man. But
right.
Yeah, I've shot a couple EDM festivals. Was hired on by Sonic Bloom for their last year out in Colorado. And that
Oh,
was a
okay.
really cool one because a lot of festivals you shoot, you go into it and you have a meeting with the people that organize it, and they're like, here's the rules, here's what you can do, what you can't do, what you're expected to do. So I went into that meeting for that festival, and they had 7 heads from each department of the festival, and they sat on a stage with just the media team, and they each talked about how they were brought up in the rave community from children, and how
Whoa.
it's so important to them. And they're like, basically the premise of the meeting was like, look, we're here to like raise people's vibration and like create this space where people can be themselves and not have to pretend and costume however they want.
Mhm.
And you allow us to do what we do. You allow us to get the word out. So we want you, don't feel like you have to be a professional. We want you to be here, enjoy yourself, do your drugs responsibly, like all that stuff. It's like we want
There
you
we
to
go.
do this,
Here comes the
and so like
mushroom.
it was sick, man. Like instead of like being very formal and like trying to like just sit in the front and like shoot the shots, I'd walk around in the crowd and dance with people and take photos of them dancing, and it was perfect, man, because I could like it's an in and out to any conversation. I'd walk up and be like, hey, you guys want a photo? If I saw someone that looked cool, and like hang out, talk for a little bit, and then I start to get bored of the conversation. I'm like, well, back to work, So
No, that's really cool because then you get to like connect with people that are there, just to enjoy it, and then you're capturing those moments for them, and then the next thing you know, they start following you, because I'm sure you probably give them one or whatever, but that's I don't know that's really cool. It kind of reminds me of a lot of horror conventions because photographers will always come around, and if they see somebody that looks badass or whatever, they say, hey, can I get a photo of you and stuff like that, and the next thing you know, it's like one of the best coolest ways to commemorate the event. And
so cool
that's
because you never know where that's going to lead. Like I've made some of my
no.
friends from like people I've met doing photography. I've done a project here and there where I wasn't super excited about it, and then that one led me to like one of the coolest projects I've ever done. Like you just never know what's going to happen. I always say photography is just endless side quests, man. Like I never would have guessed when I started this the things I've gotten into.
I'm sure I'm on probably several different Japanese websites with all the. I'll tell you, especially all the cons that I've ever done in Texas. For some reason, there's always Japanese paparazzi there, and these are at the tattoo cons. Okay, and I swear I'll be sitting there trying to talk to somebody about one of my movies. Hey, trying to get them interested and see if they'd like to watch it. Then the next thing you know, 6, 7 guys just pile up on each other like dog pile. I'm just like, okay, somebody just sold me to the fucking dark web.
Well, that's what you get for looking like a cool motherfucker.
I mean, the look has evolved over time, and I think I've got it down to a science now. Oh man, I can still remember when I could barely do it myself.
I remember those days.
So much different. So much different. Yeah,
you got a few practice rounds.
Oh man, I mean, and the fact that I do it 4 days a week now, because there's 4 different shows on the network, besides this one. So yeah, definitely I got better at it. Have you gone into the world of boudoir? So as a man, okay, and women are usually the ones that want that type of photography the most. Have you gotten a lot of work in that area because it's really gotten popular? I'd say within about the last 5 years.
Yeah, I actually used to do more of it than I do now, and I did enjoy it. But there's a lot of like boundaries and things you got to set, to be
obviously
in that environment. There's so many male photographers that are in it for the wrong reasons, and you have to be very careful to not get grouped into that.
Like, woo-hoo, scattered ass.
But yeah, I've done quite a bit of it. I've kind of in recent years kind of slowed down on it just because of that type. I don't want to.
It can get kind of sticky.
Yeah.
Not to be blunt, but I should say tricky is more of what that is, because yeah, that's got to be difficult. But more and more, women and couples want this kind of thing quite a bit.
It's an interesting realm because you're, someone's body image is in your hands, so it's not just that stuff, but it's a very, I don't know a word to use, but it's a sensitive thing because like if you do a good job, you can make someone feel super good about themselves.
Exactly.
Or if you do a bad job, like you just have an off day, like you're playing with someone's confidence and their feelings about themselves. So it's a very intimate, like special thing to be trusted with that.
Oh, fuck yeah. What is kind of your process with that? Like in approaching how to get the best, that you can get out of that session?
Out of any session or out of
that type specifically?
It's a lot of conversation ahead of time, really. It's, I talk about like, what are your favorite features? What's your purpose for doing this? What are your insecurities? And I really try to work on like the way I shoot being influenced by those things. That way I know what to watch for, because like what I see might not be what they see. And that goes for any type of photography. That goes for weddings. That goes for,
Oh yeah. It's a lot psychologically.
yeah. And like, it's very subjective. So like, I might think something, this person looks beautiful and they might have a certain insecurity that I don't see anything wrong. But if I know that going into it, I can shoot around that. I can keep that in mind and like take certain angles or things that avoid that or make it appear in better light,
Sure, absolutely. Because I was going to say, at first, I've never been a model per se. And, I don't know, when I was working with you, I never felt stupid. It's one thing to capture a face or facial expressions, man, even like, just like positioning, that kind of thing. Because people probably don't know this, especially out there in the Black Flame universe, but maybe you do, that bigger folks do tend to kind of be like, yeah, I don't want to look like Shrek in drag on a bad Saturday night kind of thing. But the way you always captured things and communication is so fucking important in that moment, because sometimes, and there was a few of them shoots where I just kind of got dragged into it, didn't really talk to me about it, from the other side, not your side, and I'm just like, and we're just gonna go with it.
Yeah, we did some interesting things.
Indeed.
Yeah, I really
they ended up being very memorable experiences for me. So yeah, I definitely thank you for that.
In the last couple of years, I've really built out my pre-production process too. Especially, I've moved much more into like weddings and destination weddings. And you're there for a lot of very intimate moments. I'm there when it's someone just them and their mom alone in a room crying, and I'm there. It's just them and their partner reading private vows, and I'm there. So like, comfortability is a huge thing, and I've been told like that's my strong suit, is like I'm very easy to feel comfortable with. And like, I feel like a lot of that comes down to spending the time to get to know your client beforehand. Like, I don't want to just jump in and show up and like introduce myself the day 5 minutes before we start shooting. Like, and that's kind of how, like, when I first did my first couple weddings, it was like, I'm showing up and I'm like, you're the groom, right? And I kind of like, but now I'm walking in, I'm giving them a hug, and it's like I'm a family member. Okay. They're like, I'll party with them. Like, I like just match their energy, and like, like I know who they are, I know what they like, I know what they're into, where you can joke around, I know their inside jokes, like, and it's such a different thing, man. Like,
that's amazing.
That's really half the battle.
Absolutely. And have you and I know some photographers, like, they'll be a part of some family's life from their youngest child to their oldest child. Have you had, any kind of moments like that?
I have this one family in South Dakota. I shot this wedding probably 3 or 4 years ago, and I shot their daughter's wedding. A few years after that, I've shot the dad is in a cover band. I've done a couple of videos for their band.
That's awesome.
And then they have another relative who may be doing an elopement with me next year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's pretty cool to like be full circle, be like, wow, I shot the mom's wedding and now I'm shooting his wedding. Like and then I show up to that wedding and it's not just me knowing the couple, I know the whole family, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be extraordinarily gratifying, probably a bigger payoff than the money itself.
Oh, yeah, dude.
You're touching these people's lives like that, you know?
There's no bigger compliment than a return client, because that means I did something right, you know? Like if you're, you know, you like me well enough not just to pay me, but to like bring me back and do it again, and, you know, you enjoyed the experience that much, hell yeah.
That shows you that, you know, you're in a very soulful kind of way. They're always going to know that we're in good hands for sure. And I'll tell you, I've heard nightmare stories.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got a couple of good comments out here. So Lizzie says it's got to be harder for male photographers. You have to build a good reputation because most chicks will look for a female photographer first for sexy pics.
And in general, sometimes, not just in boudoir, you know, like I think that it's interesting because you hear a lot about females trying to get into male dominated industries, but this is kind of a female dominated industry.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's because of, you know, a lot of people like that. There's a little more sense of like security or something, you know, working with a woman than like a man as like, you know, working with a woman. And, you know, there's different things there, but again, it all comes down to, you know, how well you're able to convey how you work with people. And, you know, like I'm an open book, you know, I've got nothing to hide. What you see is what you get, you know? And I think people see that, you know, over the years, I've seen that in who hires me too. You know, when I first started, I would get a lot of projects that might not quite align with what I was trying to do, or like I might not connect with the clients quite as well. And over the years, what the work I've chosen to do and how I've chosen to do it has really made it so like more people that hire me now are similar interests, similar values, and like we just connect on a different level, and that just amplifies the quality of the artwork in return.
Yeah, I don't think people realize that because so many people kind of grew up in that, what is it, J.C. Penney's, you know, kind of thing where, okay, we get our pictures done, you know, at the J.C. Penney's, and I don't necessarily know if you get that level of commitment from them because they're shooting multiple things all day long. And it's like, hi, bye. This is the package. Do you want this package, that package?
Well, that's very like the lighting is set up is there. The camera settings are there. It's usually someone that's starting out getting paid minimum wage and everything is set up for them. You know, that's such a different thing than going out into the world and finding a cool location where the lighting and stuff might not be the best case scenario, but it's the location shows like what you want to show. That there's a lot more challenges there, you know, and it's been cool because I've done so many different types of photography and I've learned from each one things that I can pull into the others, you know, like me working in music has showed me so much about lighting because you'll deal with such difficult lighting situations in concerts sometimes, or weddings has showed me so much about how to work with clients on a personal level and to curve expectations ahead of time and connect with people on a different level. And then like when I was doing styled creative shoots with models, like, oh, wow, I can work with someone who's comfortable behind the camera. This is where I can really expand like the creative aspect of everything else that goes into it. Cause I'm not focusing so much on like the intricacies of like where you put your hand or like those sort of things. And then the other thing with the JCPenney's photos is it's just stagnant. There's no like feeling or emotion in it. Like when I'm working with most clients, like, so it depends on the type of shoot. Like what I did with you guys was very like, there was a lot of posy stuff because they were trying to be artistic. Right. But like a lot of shoots, I like to versus like give them stiff posing. I'll give them something to do, like especially couples. I'll give them like little games and stuff to do together that pull out real emotions. So they're not even thinking about the camera being there. They're just being themselves, and you get that real authentic moment.
Yeah, that's what it's all about right there, because half the time, you're busting up laughing like, oh, I can't believe we're doing this.
Yeah. Give you the dumbest thing, like the dumbest prop you ever heard, and they're like, what? I'm like, trust me, just do it. And then like 5 seconds later, they're laughing their asses off.
They're like, oh, okay. I can't wait to see how that fucking looks. Oh, man. And Lizzie goes on to say, that's a fair point. We'd have to get a bunch done because I think I look and how Morty thinks I look are wildly different things. Have you ever run into that? In a couple shoot where the man will say, maybe you shouldn't do that because you wouldn't look right or anything like that. Do you ever have like couples having difference of opinion on certain, poses or whatever?
A little bit. I think more so the difference I see is like women are usually coming into the shoots very excited for it, and most men don't want to be in front of the camera. They're just doing it for their woman.
I was gonna say.
But the thing a lot of people don't know is I think it's like how the man behaves in a couple shoot is one of the most important factors. Like maybe it's not something you're super excited for, but don't do it for the camera. Do it for your girl, man. Like, because like the difference
about why it is you're there.
The difference between a man that's just showing up and doing this because like, oh, I think I should or I have to, versus like swooning over his woman, like, oh man, like those photos, it makes and breaks everything, like, and again, that's something that with finding the right clients and stuff over the years, I'm finding more people that are hiring me that care about what they're getting. They're not, I'm not a bottom dollar photographer anymore. And when I started out, like you get a lot of people who are like looking for someone who's cheap, and those people just kind of want something done. They don't care about all the detail and stuff. And now the people hiring me really care about what they're getting. And so they're invested in it the same as I am, and we're collaborating. We're coming together to create something super cool.
And would you agree that that's really what you were aspiring to get to?
Oh, absolutely.
Is to have those types of relationships.
Yeah, like I again, starting in music videos, those people care because that's their art they're putting on display too. It's my art, the video, but they're promoting their music, which is they've put their blood, sweat, and tears into, so they care what's going into it. And starting in that and then diving into other things where people find art in that realm was like, oh, this is kind of a shock. And then trying to find a way to like meld it and build it back into that, with different mediums.
Yeah, I think sometimes people don't realize that it's not just the auditory part, especially when it comes to bands. It's capturing those killer moments that makes you go, damn, I wish I was there. I wish I would have paid that $50 to $100 to.
Yeah. And it's, I think another thing with like music photography, well, kind of anything, but especially events and music photography that I try to do is get angles from places that people don't get to see it from normally.
Yeah.
It's like that. If you get a super wide angle that's like in their face, that's like right there, I'm like inches from the singer, people are like, oh wow, I feel like I'm there, and like I've never got to see it from that perspective. It's just like that much cooler to people,
Yes, and thank goodness you didn't get spit on by Marilyn Manson.
I have seen some things, my friend. I ran video for an ICP show in Sturgis. Can you imagine the mix of that crowd, the biker crowd with the juggalos?
Oh my goodness. I don't know if they would get along or if they would just make it a even like dirtier party.
I would say the latter from what I've seen.
I totally believe that. I was going to say, have you, do you think you would ever cover the gathering or any of the gathering of the?
I think it'd be a blast.
You're like, yeah, I'm working and getting groped at the same time. Bonus. So obviously, spooky season is definitely upon us. It never used to be in August, but more and more we see every year that, I mean, for the rest of us that are 24/7, 365 a year, but for everybody else, spooky season starts in August. And there is a huge rise in doing horror themed shoots, whether, Ghostface, Art the Clown, obviously Michael Myers, that's another big one. Now, I'm not just saying like on the sexy style, but there are still, lots of folks that's their favorite holiday. Have you tapped into that?
Yeah, I actually used to do a lot more of it than I do in the last couple of years,
No kidding.
which is interesting.
Hmm.
But I love doing them because, again, anywhere that like that has more creative freedom, I would prefer to do something that's not on brand. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. Like, I'd prefer to come up with a concept and create our own thing rather than just like copy like a Ghostface or a Michael Myers or something. Like, yes, that's cool, but then we're pretty much just replicating someone else's art. And I'd much prefer to like, okay, I don't know what ideas off the top of my head, but like what we did when I worked with you guys, it's like, okay, let's just like go shoot in a haunted house and see what comes of it. Or this theme is a bloodbath, or this theme is snakes, and then from there I can just play with it because I don't have all these other people's ideas in my heads where we're just kind of like copy and pasting. We're creating something cool and original and unique to you.
I think, honestly, myself, of course, included, and the Black Flame universe is so happy to hear that because you do see that sparking all over the place. It's so easy to throw on a ghost face mask and some, lingerie or
Yeah.
or have your man dress up as Michael Myers, but yet here you are in a nightie, and you're trying to act like he's trying to kill you. It's been done a bajillion times. So
there's nothing wrong with it. If someone wants
No,
that, I
there
would absolutely
isn't.
do it. But like, I'd much rather like let's create something fresh and fun. Like
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
It can get gorier for one. Honestly, it could get sexier too. Either way you look at it, anything from like a vampire shoot to a demon shoot or anything like that. Because actually, that's one of the things I plan on talking to you a little bit later about is doing some promo shots for the film that I think are, I wouldn't trust just anybody doing that. So, but yeah, the creative, the better. So I guess my question would be, in that type of dynamic, how would you approach trying to sell everything that's going on, even though it's like a kill scene?
What's the question?
Like how you would approach shooting, a pose where it's, kind of like a kill scene in a horror film.
Yeah, like with an original concept.
With an original concept, yeah. How would you actually approach that? Because I don't think a lot of photographers can actually pull that off.
So it's kind of a mix of things, and it depends a lot on the person I'm shooting's comfortability. And I kind of will start off with some like lighter, easier things, and I start to get a feel for how they feel in front of the camera, and then I play off of that. So sometimes it's cues where I might have them like act something out, or sometimes it's a mix of that and some of the things I learned from like portrait work and boudoir and stuff where like, oh, I know like putting your weight a certain way or moving this hand here is going to look better. So like I might give them like a prompt versus a pose where it's like, okay, I want you to like pretend you're in a music video, pretend you're in a movie, and this is what's happening. And then like, oh, this looks really good. Stop for a second. All right, now like let's kind of adjust a little bit. This is going to look really good if we change this one thing. And like, that way you're getting a little bit of like their natural movement into it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel stiff and posed, but then you're also able to bring in like the technical elements of like posing and things to like make it look a little cleaner.
Yep. I'm so glad that you're not into the Austin Powers style of leading somebody through a shoot. That part always sticks out to me anytime he does those photo shoots with models. I'm like, you're not directing anything. Honestly, I think that would be pretty indispensable because I know a lot of actresses that I work with, a lot of actors as well, that like to do photo sets like that because they can use those photos to send to a director.
Right.
And I don't know, have you ever done anything like that? Have you had any actors like come to you and be like, hey, I need to do a series of shots other than headshots?
Sure. um,
In indie horror, I know a lot of people do that.
trying to think. I don't know if I've done a whole lot of acting stuff outside of headshots and your guys' work.
Mhm.
I mean, I've done like post stuff with artists and authors and things like that that can kind of be a similar thing depending on what they're looking for. Because like they might bring me an idea that's like a little vanilla and like standard, and like I'm like, all right, what
Like,
twist?
no, we're gonna spruce this motherfucker up.
Exactly. So, but actors specifically, I haven't done a ton of. You'd be surprised the things that I have. Like I've gone to Atlanta with rappers. I've gone to California with barber for a barber competition. Like it's really like it's indispensable, all these different things, because like I said earlier, you can pull from each of those, and it's like, oh, I remember when I was in Atlanta, this guy did this and it looked cool. I think this would look cool with yours, but we're going to twist it a little bit and do it this way so it fits what you're looking for. And I might not explain that all to them, but like in my head, that's kind of how those things tie together.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the creative process. So all of you actors out there, as well as would-be actors, he's available.
Yes, sir.
Look him up. As a matter of fact, I need to make sure I get that on here right now.
I will, Reaper, I will send you my portfolio as well, because recently I'm trying to move into getting some destination wedding work. So my social media is very wedding forward right now.
Sure.
But my portfolio itself shows a lot wider range of what I'm capable of.
And I will definitely make sure that that gets on Reapers Underground, Black Flame Entertainment, Facebook pages, and Instagrams. And I'm subliminally hitting all of you with the Facebook.com Kessel Kreations so that you can also get a much thorough look. Because I mean, I just skimmed the surface with what he's able to do. So I guess one of my questions, probably my last big one for you, is what is a dream shoot for you? Like, what is that one photo shoot or even just, a session of any kind? Is there one that you want to be able to cross off your bucket list?
Man, anything I haven't done before is awesome. Like that, I know that's very vague, but like I've kind of reached a phase in my life where like I played music forever.
Yeah.
And, like I love
you and I come from the same background. I mean, I was a professional metal drummer for 30 years.
Yeah, and then I managed a venue, and I've literally done thousands of shows. So like I love music, but I got to the point where like my career in music came to a stop, and I'm like, okay, this is a big part of me, but like there's so many different ways to live life and so many things out there. Why don't I start exploring these things I haven't done? And I started like hiking mountains and jumping out of planes and like, like going to other countries and like, like things like that. Just because it's like, yeah, anything that's new is like exhilarating and stimulating. And like that goes for photo too. I'd say the big thing that I'm really pushing for right now is destination wedding work, because I do love to travel. And
that's kind of a perk.
yeah, it's a huge perk. So I'm going to Glacier National Park and doing one in Glacier next year.
Oh my damn!
And I'm probably going to stay for a week or two.
Oh, I bet you can't soak up everything that's there, nature-wise, environment-wise, in like 2 or 3 days. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I'm very much so like the backpacker style of travel person. That trip to Guatemala we talked about was about 3 weeks solo out of the country, and I stayed with a local family for a week of that. I was staying in hostels. I was invited into a few
I'm
people's
so
homes.
glad you made it out of there.
But I'm definitely not sure, like,
for you.
go to the tourist spot and stay in a resort and like, no, I want to see the real shit. I want to go and see what's out there in the world. And man, yeah. So like, I always say I'll try anything twice.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah, I just love variety, and I love like new aspects of life and seeing how other people live and what interests them. And it's cool because everybody at some point in their life needs photography for some reason.
It does.
So it's an open door to almost anything. And I just, I'm super open. I never would have thought like I'd go to California and shoot a barber competition. Like I didn't even know that was a thing,
I didn't know that either.
So, but it's cool. Like it was a cool experience. And man, I was out there and these barbers are walking around in like gold chains and these big jackets, and they got a posse with them. Like I'm like, oh, are these barbers or rappers? Like, but like,
I think they dance between all three of those worlds.
So yeah, I'm very, very vague, but I just love any new experience, man. Variety is the spice of life.
Definitely. And that's awesome to hear, which means, this is something you're just going to pursue the rest of your life. And everything is just kind of like another step, another feeling, another experience, and it can be endless. And that's kind of how I view acting. Sure, there might be some familiar roles, but there's always another role that you've never done before.
Right.
And it's kind of hard to reach that contentment. And sometimes I think being not content with what you're doing only makes you better. And I can already see that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would love to see if you would go to Alaska sometime. I don't know if you've been to Alaska.
I haven't, no.
Talk about some of the most picturesque places to take photos. There's every time I see a photo from some part of that state, I just suddenly feel so instantly calm. I think that would be badass if you did a set because, and that was one of the things I was going to tie in too, is that people always say paintings, and in a lot of ways, yes, they kind of like stop you dead in your tracks, and you just focus on it for whatever it's giving you. But I think a photograph can do the same, and you can still get that kind of same high from it.
Yeah.
And like I said, a lot of the photos I've seen of your work definitely does that. And I cannot wait to see what you're going to do next. Fellow actor out there says, I need real headshots. So it looks like you may have a
Daniel, let's do it.
Yeah, Daniel is an actor and a executive producer on the contract. So,
oh, sweet.
That comes personally recommended. This is shameless plug time. Anything that you want to plug that you're doing, or any like specials or anything like that, all of your socials, where they can find you. Let's just give it all to the Black Flame universe.
Yeah. So the biggest thing is I just moved to Omaha, Nebraska.
Woo-woo.
So I am really working on getting my name out in this market, and I'm also working, like I said, very heavily on destination stuff. But if anyone has any networking opportunities, or anyone in this area especially can help me get my name out here, that's fantastic. If anyone is doing destination work or weddings, I'm doing a lot of that right now. I am open to anything, literally anything. But you can find me on all the socials. I have a brand new website I just built. Nice. And I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on all the things. So
these days you just kind of have to,
Yeah, throw all the darts at the wall and see what hits.
Yeah, because you never know on which medium, what platform, that something's going to go viral, and then it just opens up a whole new door to you.
Yes, sir.
So thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm so glad that we were able to make this happen. And thank all of you out there in the Black Flame universe for showing up for Mike tonight on a Wednesday. I know it's been forever since we've done that. But as always, I think it's very important to highlight every form of art that there is. And there's not one of us that doesn't enjoy looking at just some amazing stills. And especially even in film, that's another big one. Getting stills from moments within a scene, when they capture that, I mean, that goes onto your IMDb and people are going to see that, and it can lead you to so much more. And then for other folks, it's memories that are priceless that they can always go back to and relive that moment. And that's because you were the one capturing that. And I think that's very indispensable. So I urge everybody out there in the Black Flame universe comment section as well, all the beautiful demons and addicts, check out Kessel Kreations. Check out everything that he does. He's diversified. And if there's something special, or even if you just, need a confidence booster or something like that, check him out. He's the best in the business as far as I'm concerned. And I know it's hump day and most of you have that morning commute, and I'm so sorry. But just remember that there's only 2 days left in the work week, and go in there with a sense of peace and serene after checking this interview out, and of course all the great programming that we have for you the rest of the week. But always stay heavy.
Thank you for joining us on Reapers Underground. Stay tuned for more from Black